Thaddeus Matthews TV show. What's wrong? See, that's the reason I don't do women preachers. I'm sitting in the studio right now and I'm looking at a show that's on right now on TV prior to me. And this big wig woman just shaking and jumping all over the damn stage. Lord have mercy. Huh?
I'm still stuck on the big.
And she ugly.
Well,
But she's trying to get her point across. All right. Good evening, all y'all that's coming in, all the way from California and all these places around the country. I've got a lot that I'm going to cram into these 2 hours on tonight. And they got my woman pastor over there. Intro, huh? Okay. What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm in the studios as we're preparing to go live on the Thaddeus Matthews show. And I was looking at the monitor of the show that's on right before me. And y'all know I don't do women preachers. I'm sorry, I don't do women preachers at all. Then this one got 25 pounds of hair on her head. Lord have mercy. All right. The cussing pastor is in the house, baby. How y'all doing, baby? Y'all all right this evening, baby? Got a lot I am going to cram into these 2 hours. I'm going to give you my view on the verdict of Bill Cosby. Then I'm going to get into my subject. And the gentleman that I was talking about on last night, Mikhail Lowry, I've asked him to come by when the polls close as well on tonight. And I'm going to give you my view. My view may not be a popular view on Bill Cosby being found guilty today on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. So hold on for that. Don't forget to turn my monitor up so I can hear my theme song. All right, all right, all right, all right.
We have the tie, we have the cufflinks, the tuxedo. How about the hats? We have the...
It's time, y'all. Let's do it.
The views and opinions expressed on this talk show are those of the talk show host, the producers, and/or persons appearing on the program.
I can't help if your grandmama was a preacher.
The views and opinions of the SVP network.
I just don't do women preachers.
This program may include strong images and
What was your granddaddy, the first man of the church?
Viewer discretion advised.
If you wanna know what's bad, yes, if you wanna know, that's bad, yes, he will let you know, yeah, it's the Thaddeus Matthews Show.
Said it, boy.
He's not afraid to tell the truth. He is the one that will inform you. All those jokers that are doing wrong.
20 seconds.
You cross the line and then it's on. Sometimes the avenues don't get it right.
They don't get it right.
And it does more every
10 seconds.
no rules for
5, 4, 3, 2.
And just when you thought it was safe, it is absolutely positively not. And good Thursday evening to you, and welcome again to still the most controversial, the hardest hitting, the rawest, non-filtered, not giving a damn who I talk about television talk show anywhere in America. Thank you so very much. I'm Thaddeus Matthews, and welcome again to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. It's a beautiful day, a great day to be alive. In fact, any day that you're able to walk on top of the ground and you do not find yourself resting in it, then you know that you have the opportunity to take every negative in your life and turn those negatives into positives and to take the lemons of life and turn those lemons into lemonade. I've got quite a bit I want to push into these 2 hours on tonight. I got a good topic here, but I've also invited Mikhail Lowry. He's coming by later in the program as soon as the polls close. He's coming by. And I want to talk about the sham and the trickery that is going on as far as politics is concerned, and the conversation that we had on last night. First of all, let me say that the letter that was placed on cars throughout the area in which Mikhail Lowry is running for the county commission is totally political. The alleged charges inside that letter that rumored out, that was alleged that he was having some type of wrongful activities with his stepdaughter is totally a lie. That there is a restraining order that his wife does have on her own mother. I have a copy of that restraining order as well. I spoke with his wife early this morning. I also spoke with the young lady in question. I have also copies of surveillance camera pictures of the man that was going around putting that particular piece of erroneous material on cars. I just got a hold of it this evening. I'm going to take it to the office tomorrow and see if we can blow up the license plate on the car. There was a man that was putting this information, this erroneous information on the cars. I spoke with Mikhail last night after leaving here. I spoke with him also today over at the polling facilities at Glenview, and he will be by here later on tonight. And he is running for the county commission. I don't know who did it. I have some ideas who did it, but I can't say factually who did it. It is one of the persons that I think that may be responsible for it is a person that works strongly already with the county commission. But I can't prove that he's behind it. I also heard that Edith Moore said that she was going to fall on the sword and take the blame for it. I think she's running in that particular race, but she's a non-factor. She and walking around yesterday in her depends. Edith, if you're going to walk out in the public, at least pull your shirt down so your depends that you're wearing don't show to the peoples. But it's an interesting race. Tuesday is election day. And Mikhail, I did invite Mikhail to come by and be a part of the show on tonight. So he will be by, he stated, later on tonight. And we'll talk about his campaign and what he thinks has went on as well. I got a topic, but before I go to that topic, today, I guess the biggest story is that Bill Cosby may soon be headed to prison. In a dramatic scene in the Montgomery County, a Montgomery County jury of 7 men and 5 women returned a guilty verdict on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. Each one of those charges could get him 10 years, but a piece, and he's not going to serve 30 years. But even if he serves the 10 years on one charge, at 80 years old, there's a good chance that he could die in prison. Let me say this, and let me just say it, and this may upset some of the good black people but the truth is the truth. Everything that happens in this country is not always black and white. Some things just come down to right and wrong. Bill Cosby himself admitted to giving pills to women. I think in his own testimony, and even paying one woman, maybe the same woman, $3.4 million, you've already stated and shown your guilt. Bill Cosby and anybody else that rapes and takes sexual abuse of any woman, you're a criminal, you're a predator. Whether you are a black man or a white man, whether you are a wealthy black man or not, you are a star, celebrity, whatever. The mere fact that he gave drugs to women and then performed sexual acts is a crime. It's rape. And so ain't no need of y'all singing your "We Shall Overcome" and y'all ready to climb the damn mountain top and you ready to put your teddy bears on the damn post. He was wrong. A jury of his peers have found him guilty. The jury spent nearly 15 hours over 2 days deciding the verdict. He has to come back within 100 days. Within 100 days to get his sentencing. Even though the prosecutors wanted him to go to jail today, the Judge Stephen O'Neill, said that Cosby could remain free on bail until sentencing. Still, which is the prosecutor pleaded for him to be jailed immediately, saying he was a flight risk and on a plane. Cosby, who has been silent throughout the trial, shouted back, "He doesn't have a plane, you asshole." That's what Cosby said, referring to himself in the third person, his voice shaking. Yeah, he ain't got no plane. Yeah, so he won't be doing no pudding commercials no time soon, but he should have been putting his hands on them women. Okay, it just comes down, fine. Somebody said, but Charlie Sheen is free. See, here's one of the things I see happen. We always want to bring somebody else into the equation. We ain't talking about no Charlie Sheen. We ain't talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about what happened with Bill Cosby. And had not Bill Cosby placed himself in this particular position, Bill Cosby would not be going through what we're going through now. Somebody calling him Bill Cosby. See, y'all playing. Well, it's fact. So don't get mad because it's a black man. Well, see, the white man. When in America have you figured out? Have y'all not figured out yet that y'all don't get the same treatment as white folk? When you good colors gonna learn that in America you still a nigga? Ask OJ. He know. You think the rules are going to change? Had not Bill Cosby put himself in the position that he put himself in, then it wouldn't happen. I feel bad for him. But if you go out and rape a woman, if you go out and give her sleeping pills or some type of other pills, damn. Come on, you can't hold anybody responsible for this act. But Bill, somebody on the page said, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. But he won't be putting his hands on nobody else soon. And yes, he can do it. The legacy of Bill Cosby is tarnished now. Yes, Bill Cosby most likely will go to jail. there will be an appeal. I'm sure that there is going to be appeal, but he could still be sentenced to prison, and the appeal happened while he's locked up. I'm hoping the very best for him, but again, I have no sympathy for anyone that is found guilty of rape. And see, when you have as much money as Bill Cosby has, women would have gave him some for free, just to say they've been with Bill Cosby. And let me clear up another factor too. Well, see, when he said he was going to buy NBC, that's when it all started. And I thought that at one time myself. But I did the research and I looked at it. At that particular time, and I went back and looked at it, he never said 100%. He said he was contemplating it. Bill Cosby at that particular time was only worth $300 million. That's a whole lot of money. But at the time that Bill Cosby started talking about buying NBC, NBC was worth $4.5 billion. The $300 million would not have purchased NBC. He would have had to put a group together, a whole lot of folk, to buy that particular facility. But the fact still remains, he did wrong. Okay? He did wrong. And a jury has found him guilty of that particular crime. Those are my views. It may not be yours. Well, see, you black, all black folk ain't gotta think alike. And that's the thing that we've got to get beyond. Just because you black does not mean I got to think like you. I don't have to go with the crowd in my thinking. Somebody said Bill Cosby's a good man, I'm not against him. They need to leave that man alone. You just a damn lie. If somebody raped your mama, gave your mama some drugs, sir, would you think it's okay and they screwed your mama, dug their finger up in your mama? The lady said he dug his finger up in her and then had his hand on, putting her hand on his penis, on his wingman thing. Come on, he didn't even, I don't even think he got it. He just stuck his finger up in there and stirred it up and played in it. And then put her hand on it. And I guess that's the way he got off. So that's just the way it is. Y'all got my picture in the studio? Tish? Tish, where else Tish?
What picture?
What?
You talking that picture of the dude?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the preacher who was
Oh,
touching people.
wait a minute, she go to Las Vegas and she come back in here hollering and
I didn't
talking.
even see her. So
She go to the broadcasters thing and come back and all loud. What picture? Can you put the picture up there on the screen?
Yeah.
No. Better not go nowhere else. That's Isaiah Williams. I'm gonna show him. I think next week I'm gonna start putting Michael Manning's picture up there too. Huh? What's the thing there? Isaiah Williams. That's what y'all see right there on the screen. Somebody say, you saying he raped her? Yes, it's still rape. If he stuck his finger in the girl and the woman was asleep, sir, it's rape. Any woman you stick your finger in and she don't want you to put your finger in her and you just insist on putting your finger in her, if she's knocked out, it's rape. Thank you. Now back to Isaiah. Isaiah is a child molester. And he fondled and molested three young ladies who are members of the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries. Yeah, look at it. Look at it, look at it closely. Some of you women in this community, in this area, you done slept with Isaiah. You had children, you had daughters. You need to question your daughters and find out from your daughters whether Isaiah touched your daughters. If it did, you need to call the Memphis Police Department. If you don't know who to contact me, and I'll put you in contact with the right person. Isaiah is in the DeSoto County Detention Center, charged with 8 counts of funneling, 3 counts of sexual battery. He was indicted in 2016. I'm putting his picture up nightly to make sure that if there's any other charges that need to be filed, that you go to the police. If you had a relationship with this preacher, Isaiah Williams, and you have little girls, you need to question the little girls. I don't give a damn whether you get mad, you get pissed off. It's better to get pissed off than get pissed on. I don't know though. Some folk like being pissed on, so I don't know. But I don't care about you getting mad. With all that is going on in this community, all of this raping that is going on in our community, with all of our little girls that are being molested, somebody has got to stand up. In many of our churches, we have not taken the role of dealing with this particular subject, which is the reason on June 16th at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, I'm doing a workshop. I'm sponsoring a workshop there at the church that's called No More Secrets, No More Lies, a workshop for mothers and daughters. The Child's Advocacy Center today is joining in with us with a 2-hour presentation. It's going to be from like, what did I say, 10 to 4?
Yes, sir.
Dale? From 10 to 4. And we're going to have, I've got a speaker, Janella McSwain, Dr. Janella McSwain, that was here for the sexual abuse symposium that we held at the church on last week. I've got a therapist, a sexual trauma therapist coming in from Houston, Texas, Wilma Shaw. Officer Cassandra Smith of the Memphis Police Department. I'm hoping to have a mother who went through this also on the program. No more secrets. It's time that our girls are able to talk with their mothers and reveal what is going on. No more secrets, no more lies, no more covering up for these scoundrels, these bastards, these no good son of bitches that's out here raping, molesting, touching, and funneling our girls. Which brings me, and our little boys, because some of them touching the little boys as well as the little girls. Yeah, you're touching the little boys as well as the little girls. But this conference is going to be for the mothers and the daughters. You know, it's going on. It's going on in our community. Some of you as women, you made some bad choices in men. Some of you right now, you sleeping with a rapist. You sleeping with someone that finds your daughter more attractive or find your son more appetizing sexually than you. Many of you know what's going on. And that's what brought me to the subject tonight. Many of you as mothers are not listening to your children. So tonight I'm talking about when your mama just won't listen. Okay? When your mama just won't listen. It's going on in your life. And you've tried to tell your mama. Urban title, that's not what we're here for. So get your funky ass off the page. Okay? If that's what you come for, and you don't come for what we're doing, then sir, you've been blocked. Okay? It's time that we deal with the realness of what's going on in our society. You want people to be politically correct. You cuss. Y'all upset the wrong thing. Yeah, I cuss. I do. But you got preachers like Isaiah Williams that's out here raping and phoning girls. You got ministers in this community like Michael A. Manning, minister of music and minister at First Baptist Bartlett, who's on the sexual offenders list for molesting his own daughter. I contacted the church several years ago, I think I was still on radio, and told them about what Michael was doing, or what Michael had done, and you allowing him around your young girls as minister of music. The deacons at the First Baptist Bartlett and the pastor, they got upset with me for sharing that information with them. Michael Manning, who was doing a little drugs and a little crack in the streets. One lady had called me and said they went to the motel together and he didn't want no coochie, he wanted some crack. He'd rather have crack than coochie. Got your C's mixed up. Should have been getting the coochie. All he wanted to do was some crack. That's what a young lady called me. He's still up singing and sweating in churches. No, you ain't called it. Yeah, I'm calling this damn name. When are we going to start protecting our young girls? Pastor McDonald got upset. Deacons over at First Baptist Bartlett got upset. Now ask me if I give a damn. No. Come on. Come on. So when y'all see Michael Manning doing these solos, he go from church to church, soloing and sweating. We was at a funeral the other week, a stop-out funeral, over in Columbus, just a sweating like a pig. On my Instagram page, I put up when he was on the sexual offenders list. I put up the picture from the TBI site. Maybe I need to put his picture up here next week. It's time to expose them. It's time to stop it. It's time to stop it. Well, I don't think you ought to be exposing. I don't think they ought to be doing what they're doing. I don't think that Isaiah Williams should have went through the family. How was that the oldest girl, 15 or 16? 16, how old there?
16, 15, and 13.
15 and 13. Isaiah Isawa or whatever, because he's spelling it Isiah, Isawa, whatever the hell his name is, up from the Fraser area, living now in Mississippi. Ain't sparing. You're not sparing them. You're raping 3 innocent girls. 3. And then Michael Manning, your own daughter. And then some of you good church folk, y'all want to be mad? Y'all want to get mad? Because I'm telling it. I don't care. What you gonna do besides get mad? It's time out in the church that we let this go on. Lord, we just gonna pray for them. We ain't gonna tell nobody. In the name of Jesus, Jesus forgive him. Okay, Jesus can forgive him, but are these mothers forgiving? Are you forgiving these scoundrels, these some bitches that's in our community that's doing the things they're doing? Now, Mr. Repairman, what you doing? Okay. All right. Why are you tipping? Doing a Baptist strut. At least he could have held his fingers. But it's time out. We just gonna pray for him. We ain't gonna tell them. I'm telling you, when y'all see Michael Manning in y'all church, and I don't care how well his sister Deborah Manning Ingram sing, it's time to stop it. All right. Is that enough? Taz boss. Let's expose MHA, how they talk about raising rent for her. I'm glad they is. Hell, I ain't mad at her. I don't give a damn about them raising the rent for her. Some of y'all paying $20 a month for rent. Lord, they gonna have to pay $60 a month for rent now. I don't care. Get your ass a job. I don't care. Lord, what the poor people gonna do? Like they do every damn thing else, get what they want. Never taking care of the need. Your rent $20, $35, $40 a month, $50 a month. You got your income tax check, and you didn't pay yourself up for a year. You're a damn fool. And you think I give a damn? And poor folk that work and have to pay mortgages and have to pay rent every month, we supposed to give a damn because you won't get up off your lazy ass and go get a job, and now we supposed to be upset because Trump said y'all gonna have to pay 2 times and 3 times the rent? I don't care. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care at all. The man said, you know, some of them have to pay $50 a month. The people 65 and over, it will not hit. The disabled, it will not hit. And those that are 65 years of age and over. But these young ass women, you laying up on your lazy, trifling ass, nasty asses, not cleaning up the damn house, ain't dust, ain't got a broom nowhere in sight, damn sure ain't got a mop at the house nowhere. You laying up and you paying $50 a month, they're giving you all kind of vouchers and stuff. You think I give a damn whether your rent go up? I'm glad your rent going up. Nah. I'm glad your rent going up. Damn it, go get your ass a job. Damn it, hell, get you a job. Well, what I'm gonna do like you do every month to get your weed, sell your ass, whatever you gotta do what you've been doing. See, it's time out in Black America. We keep giving the lazy, trifling, nasty ass, not wanting to get up off their ass and going to work folk an excuse. Get up off your ass. Mr. President, I support that. Sure do. Hell, able-bodied men. you upset. Able-bodied women. Well, I got all these children. Ain't nobody tell you to lay your ass down and have all them damn babies. You won't have all the damn babies, and then you want the people to take care of the taxpayers to take care of your damn babies. I want to take care of your I didn't get none of the coochie, so why I gotta pay for your baby? Hell, didn't give me none. So why I gotta take care of it? I'm glad I support the president on this. Not even support. I support the president making y'all get, and he said he was gonna get them lunch boxes too, didn't he, Dale? Huh? He giving y'all the little boxes for your food stamps now. Uh-huh. Y'all won't be able to go buy no weed with your EB&T card, your Eating Better Today card. No, you gonna have to get some food. Some of y'all children ain't had a damn real meal all year long. They food frankfurters and them beanie weenies and Reuben noodles. You don't know how about them greens and neck bones and turkey necks and turkey legs and cook your child a decent meal. Right on, Mr. President, I salute you, sir. Make these nasty ass, trifling ass heifers get up off their ass. Hell, we give you a voucher for daycare, and y'all let some lazy, trifling ass, non-working ass man stay at the house. That's the reason your daughters are getting molested. And then you love your man more than you love your woman. I mean, you love your man more than you love your daughters. They raping your daughters, they molesting your daughters, they digging in your daughters, whatchamacallums, and here you are, I don't believe her. That's my man. My man wouldn't do that. Pookie wouldn't do that. No, Pookie love me. Pookie don't give a damn about you. Pookie's able to live in your house for nothing because your nothing ass allows his nothing ass to sit there. And you put nothing and nothing together, you get two damn zeros. Preach tonight, Pastor. That's what's wrong with us. You want a damn excuse. They can't find no job. Their ass ain't looking for no damn job. You can't get up at 2 o'clock in the daytime and I'm gonna go look for a job. All the jobs gone. All right, that's enough. I guess I need to take a commercial break. Then when I come back, when your mama just won't listen. And we're gonna talk until Mikhail Lowry gets here. We're gonna deal with that situation. Who the baddest man on TV in this town, anywhere in the country? His name is Thaddeus Augustus Matthews. Social media, hell, y'all already know I'm the baddest on social media. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
Since the beginning of this,
Oh!
God has tremendously blessed the negative liberation and empowerment.
Nothing from nothing. This.
35 Raleigh Militant Road. We're now offering the rental of our facilities as well. In our fellowship hall, which holds over 150 to 200 people, you can have your wedding, your bake.
Oh,
Whatever your occasion happens to be, you can even rent it for your repasses. We have a poolside perpetual kitchen. You can also rent this massive gymnasium that holds over 600 people. Sale 901-435-6161. 901-435-6161.
now what y'all gonna do?
The baby told me to show her how to cut the TV off.
Oh, okay. Well, don't cut it off right now. Where Mike Williams said gonna be at? Okay. No, don't nobody said yeah.
She already informed me.
I went and bought my own test and my own cheers. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Baton Rouge. Let me look at something here. We got Kathy Glenn again 2 nights in a row. Hell, she only here more times than she came to church.
Y'all come back tomorrow. Yep. I won't be here till like 6 o'clock. Y'all gonna be here with
Quana, bitch, your ass finna go to sleep cause bitch, you gone. That's one of them broke hoes. You need to go to sleep. Bitch, that's what you been doing all day, sleeping. Compton, California in the house on Instagram. San Antonio, all right. Open a naked truth in Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Somebody has to work it.
Y'all just go ahead and join online and be a part of this ministry here. California in the house. Mount Olive, North Carolina. I thought she just said Mount Olive Baptist Church. They got a Mount Olive, North Carolina. Houston, New Orleans, West Palm Beach, Detroit, Michigan, and Atlanta, Georgia, East St. Louis, New Orleans, Miami, Florida. Houston, Texas, Madison, Wisconsin. If you want to join, all you got to do is go to,
Dad, you gonna use the, that picture again?
yeah, I'll put that picture back up there again.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to wear the picture.
Yeah. Laquita, I need to see you Sunday now. You done missed 2 Sundays out, but at least even when she's gone, she sends her tithes and offerings. Danville, Illinois. St. Paul, Minnesota. Dallas, Texas. Philly is in the house. Huntsville, Alabama is in the house. Y'all need to be telling all the folk in y'all areas about this. Yeah, I need a national TV show to hurry and come on. Ooh, talk about, what was it? The man cave.
You finna take that name on the birthday.
I am the bear, I am the daddy bear. So I got it on my clothing.
The lady put it on your lunch ticket there.
Sure did. Reverend Dr. Bishop Fatty Bear. That would work. Nolan, St. Petersburg is in the house. Lexington, Mississippi. I ain't been y'all do know, do y'all remember when I was broadcasting down in Lexington, Mississippi? I was down there playing the blues.
She said she going out of town.
Huh?
She said she going out of town tomorrow.
Queen up. You ain't been in church in 3 weeks?
30 seconds.
Cincinnati, Ohio's in the house. Millbrook, Alabama. What you said, on my clothes?
20 seconds.
Pine Hill, Alabama, all right. 1025. Hello.
4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthew Show. Don't vote for nobody that you didn't see advertising on this show. Okay? None of them. Some of them ain't got a snowball's chance in hell in winning nowhere because they didn't spend no money nowhere. They didn't even get the white man no advertising money. So if you ain't gave a white man no advertising money, and you ain't gave the biggest watch and the most watched local television show in Memphis no money, damn, you ain't trying to win. You just running. And now we ain't gonna help your ass get no job. You ain't giving us nothing. And I don't give a damn about y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. Politicians, if you want to be elected and you can't give black business and support black business, the only black media in town, you can't support it, kiss my ass and call it sweet. I don't give a damn whether you never win or not. See, black folk, y'all just trying to get jobs. You got folk running for offices that they ain't even qualified for. Well, look, I want you to make sure and Monday night, I guess I have to do a special show, because Tuesday is election day. I want y'all to go out and vote for Lori Ingram, okay? She's qualified to be the assessor. She works in the office, okay? Give her your vote. Give her your vote. Melvin Burgess, nice guy, but he never worked in the office. See, we gotta quit this stuff of we gonna put folk in office because we know them. Hell, most times we know they ain't doing a damn thing. That's what we be knowing. They ain't did a damn thing. What he do? Not a damn thing. What he gonna do? Not a damn thing. He got a history of not doing a damn thing. Not just talking about him, but I'm talking about folk. I'm looking at the trickery that's going on. LaTroy, 2 different ballots, man. Damn, 2 different ballots. Yeah, Laquita, I'm gonna give you the list Monday night of the folk you need to vote for, and everybody's name I don't give, don't vote for them. Yeah, you ain't supporting black media, but you want black folk to vote for you. Hell no. I rather vote for the white man. All right. When your mama just won't listen. You've been raped, you've been molested by a mama's boyfriend that she done brought into the house over you. And I keep telling you, somebody asked me, what do you think about Janice running for juvenile court clerk? Nothing. Janice has no, see, y'all be stopping me in the middle of my stuff. Janice is sick. And anybody that put her in the race is doing her an injustice. Janice is real sick. She's lost a whole lot of weight. If Janice became the clerk, if she won, because her name is the biggest name in the race on the Democratic side, Janice could not function. And I'm just being honest. See, we got to quit just voting for folk because of their name. And see, let me tell you what white folk finna do to y'all. White folk finna do in Shelby County what white folk been doing for the last 16 years that I know of, and I've been actively involved. In the primary, which is May, white Democrats will declare that they're Democrats. In August, when you do not have to declare, white Democrats are going to cross over and vote for whoever is white that is running against whatever Negro who may get nominated. It's going to happen. It has not ceased to happen in the last 16 years that I know of. And some of these Negroes running ain't got no business running. Okay. I started to say something real nasty, but I ain't gonna say that until Monday night. But let me deal with this because the young man, Mikael Lowry, is supposed to be here. Women, you in many cases are the reason that your daughters are being raped, molested, and fondled. First of all, y'all letting men move in your house. See, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? You meet him, he bought you some hot wings in the club. Got you the 10-piece instead of the 5-piece. Got some extra celery and carrots. Bought you a pink champagne. You gave him some ass and some head out in the car lot. And did somebody tell me to shut up? Over here. Is that somebody telling me to shut up? Brian Hart shouldn't put it up here. You're gone. You just met him and you take him home over your children. You ain't checked his record. You ain't checked, hell, you don't even know where he got a job. What's your name? Pookie, baby. I'm Pookie, baby. Yeah, I'm Pookie. I'm Pookie Jr. My daddy was Pookie Sr. You don't even know his real name. You move him in. And then your daughters start, and even your sons too, you start having issues, and because you so in love with that little thing that's swinging between his legs, you got more concern for it than you do your daughters. Pookie wouldn't do that. No, Pookie loved me. Pookie ain't gonna do that. Pookie didn't like your ass when he got to the house and he saw how fine your daughter was. Your daughter looked better than you. Oh, I can move on in here. I'll get close to the children. I'll start playing with the children. And because you have not opened up the doors where your daughters can come and speak with you, you allow them, in your desperation, you turn a deaf ear to what they're saying. Your daughter gives you all of the code words. You slide her a note. You send her a text. Mama, I need to talk to you. Something going on. Girl, I ain't got time to talk to you. When you get home from work, Pookie calls you in, baby. I done missed you all day. Come on in here with me. You even said something wrong. You're trying to tell your mama. You're trying to tell your mama, Larry Wallace, you're gone. You're trying to tell your mama that something is wrong. But mama won't listen. You go to her, Mama, I got something I need to tell you. Pookie, when you go, I don't want to hear nothing about Pookie. But Mama, Pookie rubbed my leg. Girl, he just playing with you. Go on somewhere and sit down. Mama, he look at me strange, Mama. He give me that old dirty man, that nasty man look. Girl, ain't nobody thinking about you. Go somewhere and sit down. So your daughter, you've been trying to figure out what's going on with your daughter's behavior. All of a sudden, her behavior changes. Her dressing changes. Her attitude changes. She starts skipping school, smoking cigarettes. Her whole persona changes. She won't listen anyway. So what difference does it make? That's what your daughter said. I can act out because my mama ain't gonna listen to nothing I said, your daughter starts to breaking all of the rules of the house. She starts to sneaking out. She starts to bringing boys in. She even sometimes, she braces up to fight you. She's calling you out your name. It ain't always that she's acting up and she ain't got fast and beside herself. Sometimes she just wants to get your attention. She wants you to ask her, what's wrong with you? Caesar, you gone too. What's wrong with you? That's all. But you won't even answer what's wrong. You assume that her acting out is a rage that a child her age is supposed to have. She just acted out. She just got fast and she just got beside herself. She won't listen to nothing you say because you won't listen to nothing. She said, who else does she have to turn to? Who else do she have to turn to? Then when you start to trying to tell your mama, she tells you, don't put her business in the streets. She don't want to listen to you. And many times she knows that old Pookie is doing exactly what you say he's doing. Some of you even tell your daughter, it happened to me. You'll get over it. You'll survive it. But why won't mama listen? Is mama embarrassed? Is mama shocked? Is mama confused? Is mama disbelieving? Is mama numb? Is mama guilty? Does mama feel betrayed? Is mama frightened? Is mama hurt? Is she not listening because she feels like a failure as a wife, a partner, or a mother? Is she not listening because it's been hard to find a man to have in her life? Her time clock is ticking. All her friends got a man. She'd rather have a perverted man than not have no man at all. She'd rather have a molesting man than no man at all. She'd rather take the chance of you being molested and fondled than to lose the man. If you tell her, is she worried about what other folk gonna think and what other folk gonna say? Did it happen to her? Did it happen to her mama? Did it happen to her grandmama? Did it happen to great grandmama? Is there a generational acceptance of being molested? Is there a generational acceptance of saying, we're going to sweep this under the rug? What happens in this house stays in this house. Those of you on Instagram, I got to bring y'all back up. Welcome back to those of you coming back in. Instagram. Are you a mother that refuses to listen to your daughter? You know what she's telling you is right. You know what she's telling you is correct. She just don't want to hear it. You just don't want to hear it. Well, damn, mama, you ought to listen. You need to listen. You as the mother should be your child's first responder. Your child, whether it's your son or whether it's your daughter, they should be able to trust you when they can't trust nobody else. You may not even want to know what exactly happened. Maybe because it happened to you in your childhood, it brings back memories of the abuse you went through. And you have not learned to deal with your past abuse, so you don't want to deal with your daughter's present abuse. Dale has written a song that I got to my producer yesterday that I'm going to record. We did the copyright now, so it's all right. It's called "It's Not Your Fault." I'm going to record that song. I got my producer, my guy Brian Swearengin, that you hear, that does my theme song and the other music that I've recorded. We're working on that. It's not your fault. You haven't released what you thought was your fault, so you can't deal with what's going on with your daughter. It's all in your head. Your daughter talks about where is that thing? From the young lady that's a member of my church. Where is it at? And she wrote about it. When old Isaiah there, her mother said she didn't understand and she didn't know what was going on. I told the mother, he shouldn't have been there. But I love you. I got my arms of support around you. You mine. You my member. I'm your overseer. Those girls, we're loving them. We're loving on them. And I'm glad that the girls' mentoring program is there. But this child wrote this stuff. I go back and I read it because our daughters are crying out. That's the reason we're getting ready to have the No More Secrets, No More Lies workshop at the church. The 16-year-old, which that dog y'all see on the screen was penetrating. The very first time, she says, was easily pushed to the back of my mind. I don't even count it when someone asks me how long the abuse lasted. Why? Because I told myself it was an accident, a mistake. I told myself that it wouldn't happen again, that when his fingers lingered a little too long in places they shouldn't, it didn't mean anything. I was in the 5th grade and he had been part of our lives for going on 3 years. He had done so much for us, for Mama. He was social and friendly and everyone loved him. He used to be a pastor. He had grown children, not to mention a wife. One of the things that infuriated me was his ego, which was out of this world. Let him tell it, he was one of the three wise men. Then she went on and she went on and she started to talk about her middle sister. She talked about in here how that dog y'all see on the page molested her sister and how he tried to create and program a thought in her mind. Blankly blank, she's my little sister. We used to be so close, she says. She's so funny, crazy, smart, social, and so pretty. She's the angel mama's twin, the neutral child, just perfect. We'll call her Betty May. And I fell off because of him. He didn't like how close we were, so he would make up sick scenarios about us. He told me, this is the oldest girl who wrote this, he told me I was gay and that me and Betty May had a secret relationship. Every day after school I had to prove myself. I had to undress when he said move, when he said and keep Betty May quiet. Him and Betty May never got along. I always had to play peacemaker, and I never understood why Betty May couldn't also be my ticket out when we lived in Tresvant, and she's talking about Tresvant, Tennessee. She had seen him touch me, and she was ready to tell Mama. He made me convince her not to. Some nights I would stay awake and just to make sure he didn't try to do anything to her. The day the stuff got reported, me and Betty May talked. What did they ask you, Betty May? She asked if Isaiah had ever touched me. What did you say? He only touched me one time. The oldest child goes back, this big sister goes back, and she says, my heart sank to the pit of my stomach. My chest tightened. I couldn't breathe, but I didn't care because I didn't want to anymore. The only release I had were the tears that began to fall. Not only had I failed my mission of protecting her, but I had put her in jeopardy by waiting too long. I felt useless to her and the world itself. Then this baby, 16 years old now. She goes on and she says, he had complete control over me. I wore the outfits he liked. I only said what he wanted me to. I went to him and Mama's room at 7 o'clock every morning after he dropped Mama off at work. If he had told me I was a ghost, I would have tried to walk through a wall. So many attempts to get away with twice as many fails and breakdowns. I think I tried everything. Suicide, self-harm, halfway running away, smoking. Nothing ever worked. When he started having sex with me, I was so afraid and upset. He would leave marks on my breasts and my shoulders. Every night I prayed he would stroke out while he was on top of me, grunting like a dog. I prayed that I would get pregnant so I would have someone that would return my unconditional love, so someone would have to ask me questions. She goes on. He made me fear him. And this is what the predator does. He made me fear him, my family, and the world every day. I had to kiss him and say, I'm in love with you. I want you. That's what that dog up there did. And if I wore ponytails, he would pull them out and say, that ponytail makes you look like a little girl. You supposed to be my woman. Act like it. This is what that 55-year-old man on the screen was saying to that child. And it gets deeper, and it gets deeper, and it gets deeper. And you all wonder why I'm doing all of these shows on sexual abuse. Goes on to talk about her and her mama, but the part that I keep reading is how I would have to clean the white stuff off my legs afterwards. How I had to get rid of pajama pants because they either got ruined or had big holes between the legs. I did it so much that none of it seemed like a big deal anymore. I turned 3 years into 3 minutes. In my heart, I know something bad happened. Spiritually, I feel like I stopped aging when I was 11 years old, like I died. Yes, of course, I look 15, but in a weird way, I feel like a child playing grown up. I'm independent, mostly mature, and quite frankly lonely. I forced this position upon myself. I welcome it. I can do almost anything when I do it alone. At least I thought I could. These are members of my church, these 3 young ladies, and I'm going to use all the influence that I have to make sure that that man that you see on the screen, Isaiah Williams, who's charged with 8 counts of fondling, 3 counts of sexual abuse, never sees the outside again. That's the reason on June 16th at Naked Truth, we're having from 10 until about 4, what I'm calling No More Secrets, No More Lies, a mother-daughter workshop. We're going to be telling you a whole lot about it. But when your mama just won't listen, many of your daughters are crying out. They need your help. They need your support. All right. Let me do something. I told you I was trying to put a whole lot into this particular 2 hours on tonight. Last night we talked about, you can take Isaiah's picture off now. Last night we talked about some of the political shenanigans that are going on in Memphis. Where is that? In a particular commissioner's district, this envelope was placed on cars in the South Memphis area. In this envelope were allegations that Mikhail Lowry was abusing his stepdaughter. I called Mikhail on air last night. He returned the call. Most politicians don't return my calls. But he was bold enough to discuss what was going on that has been signed off on by a Cora Redmond, which is his wife's mother. I have found out today, and we talked about this last night, that all of this is erroneous. It is a political trick of someone who is running in this race against Mikhail Lowry. I spoke with him on air. I spoke with him after the show. I spoke with his wife this morning and also his 19-year-old daughter. Is she 19 yet? 19-year-old daughter who called me all the way from Florida to let me know and for me to let you as a community know that everything that is in this letter is a lie. Now let me say this, I understand the trickery of desperate politicians that will do almost anything to win. But when you start to personally dealing with a man's family, it goes too far. As a public figure myself, I protect my family from the abuse that I get because I made the decision to be a public figure. In this particular race, I had no dog in the fight. None. McHale is advertising with me. In fact, if I remember correctly, it was probably the daughter who persuaded her father to advertise on the Thaddeus Matthews show. Because McHale's father and I have never been political allies. Never, probably never will. But I decided in this race, I would even go and deal with his father to let the man told me he was his own man. He told me that in my office. I said, well, let me see. Let me see if you are your own man. Let me see if I'm gonna see your daddy's handwriting on the wall. Naturally, with his father being in politics for 1,000 years, that his father's given him some ins and outs of politics. That goes with the territory. But I invited him to come by the studio tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to talk about what he's going to do if he's elected to the county commission. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, McHale Lowry, candidate, District what? 8. District 8 County Commission, which is an open seat. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
Since the beginning of this ministry, and
All right. Get me the chair to put right there. If you don't mind. Were you coming on with him or you
So y'all-
just him?
I've been at the polls working.
Okay.
So, but whatever,
We'll just,
you know,
You can ask her a question if she's, maybe she can answer it from over here.
huh?
She can say, if you can ask her a question, she can answer it from over here.
Okay.
I've been working all day.
Put it,
Around here?
put it, can you, where's the other, I need the other mic.
Okay, get you.
Mikhail, come on up here.
Okay. Okay.
Can you try both hands?
So, or do I need to bring him around?
Might need to bring it around sort of big table.
This is a big table. Come on around this way. Pull it around. Your best shot is probably gonna be from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh? I used to complain about the studio being cold. but Now we're moving around here. You got to tighten that screen up. You
I
know
don't
this?
think it's out. Oh, yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is. Yeah. All right.
You got this one?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the end on it, Sierra. It looks like it's.
Okay. Test it for me.
Test.
Okay. You wanna get close to it?
This will help if it's up. You see the trouble they've been through?
Ridiculous.
Bring me on back.
Okay.
Can you bring me back after this?
Yeah,
Okay. After charades?
yeah.
Okay.
Thirty seconds.
Okay.
Twenty seconds. Five, four, three, two.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. My guest here on the set is candidate for District 8 County Commission is Mikhail Lowry. Mikhail, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, I appreciate it.
Mikhail comes from a political family. Your father was on the city council for how many years?
24 years,
Long time.
long time.
It's no secret, you already know it, your father and I never agreed much on politics.
I'm sure
But
in
it's-
20 years, you may have thought about something you might agree with.
Hell, I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
But the important factor tonight is this particular piece of information. I don't know whether you've seen the whole contents of this. And I will read it, what was out there. And it comes from a woman by the name of Cora Redmond, which I understand is your wife's mother.
It's true.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Lowry is here in the studio. She didn't want to come on camera because she's been working on the polls all day. It says, it's hashtag me too, hashtag not my granddaughter. On July 20th, 1998, 19 years ago, God blessed me with my first granddaughter. Everyone who knows me know that I would fight the Tasmanian devil to protect her. Recently, I had to put my fighting skills to test. Let me explain. My granddaughter called to tell me that her stepdad, Mikhail Lowry, came into her bedroom uninvited and laid on top of her. She also said that he spooned her and kissed her. She explained that she was frozen with fear and could not move or speak. Since that time, her stepdad, Mikhail Lowry, has attempted to enter her room on at least one other occasion, but she had locked the door. Like I said before, I will fight anybody or anything, including stepfathers, to protect my granddaughter. We will fight on, signed Cora Redmond. Let me say that I talked with the granddaughter and his wife early this morning. I also, what's wrong?
I gotta change this mic out. Debbie said change that mic.
What's wrong with the mic?
She said he going in and out on
The mic, is it going in and out now?
No, his mic, not yours.
Well, just bring the mic. We ain't got to work, just bring the mic.
Uh,
Just switch it while we're here. Huh? Give him a good night. Good one. Is that one already up? I'll just drop that around in there and turn this one up. And while you just give me time when it's up. I talked with the young lady that is the granddaughter and his stepdaughter on this morning. And she assured me that nothing at all is going on at all. That mic should be working out.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah,
All right.
you're right. Miguel, what do you have to say about this?
You know,
If any.
no, I gotta talk about it. And I love to not to because it's ridiculous and it's just false. And you don't want to give things like this life.
Mhm.
It's politically motivated. This comes out a day before early voting ends.
Mhm.
So it's obvious. But at the end of the day, this isn't about me. My wife's mother and her have had a strange relationship for years.
Mhm.
There's some issues going on with her that we don't deal with as a family. Listen, I love all my daughters, and I don't refer to my stepdaughter as my stepdaughter.
Okay.
She's my daughter.
Okay.
I've been raising her since she was 8 years old.
Okay.
I taught her how to ride a bike. I taught her how to drive. And so, when you hear things like this, and brings my family into it, you know, that's troublesome, it's bothering. Because like you said, say what you want to say about me. Say what you want to say about my dad.
Mhm.
We asked for it, we signed up for it. But don't talk about my family. Don't bring them into this, and especially don't make up things like this. You know, the fact that my daughter's talking to you and she has found what's going on, dealing with this, she's upset about it.
Mhm.
But again, it's a family issue, and like most families, when you run for office, you become an open book because people find out things about you didn't want to find out.
Mhm.
And we have mental illness in our family, just like a lot of people deal with people who have sickness in their family. But I tell you guys, this is why a lot of good people sometimes don't run for office. We got a lot of folks out there who got some good ideas, and at the end of the day, it's stuff like this. It's just dirty politics at the end of the day. This went on any car in Germantown, it went in East Memphis. You didn't find it downtown or Frazier. You found it right in South Memphis, right in the heart of the district where I'm running. So, I'll just repeat what I said yesterday. It's false. Of course it didn't happen. None of this stuff is true. I'm glad you heard it now from my daughter, from my wife. But again, it's not about me. It's a long-standing feud that they've had going on for years, and that's what they're trying to do to hurt my family, and someone is using it as a political game to hurt my family, and we're just not gonna let them do it.
Well, I think that again, I agree with you wholeheartedly in talking with your wife, in talking with your daughter, then talking with you, and then understanding the landscape of what is going on. When you find desperate politicians who may not have the finances, may not have the name, may not have the skill, may not have the team that makes them a winner, then I've seen it happen over and over again. You stoop to what I call real dirty politics. Dealing with you and talking about you or talking about your father again is an open book. It's fair game when you sign up for the political game.
Right.
But to bring your daughter, who's 19 years old, who's away at college, bring your wife into this, who is not a public figure, is low down. I'm saying on record that I believe that it's a low down, dirty political trick. I've got some ideas of who is behind it, and we will deal with them on another day. But I do have surveillance pictures. We have the car of the gentleman that was putting this information out. I'm going to blow that car up and see if we can, well, not literally blow it up, but blow up the picture of the car and see if we can get the tag number. But let's move on and talk about something that is much more important than that. And I appreciate you coming on, and I felt it was my responsibility, since I brought this to the airways last night, to make sure that you came by and to give your position on it. Now that you've given your position on it, I totally believe what you were saying, especially after talking with your wife, seeing the restraining order, okay? I have seen the restraining order that Mrs. Lowry placed against her own mother. So it's a legal document, it is a fact of record. Let's go back to the most important thing. You're running for county commission. Why are you running for county commission?
I'm running for county commission District 8 because I just think we can do a lot better in our county, specifically in that district.
And your district encompasses what area?
So it starts in Fraser. It comes down, takes in all of downtown, all of uptown, parts of Central Gardens, a little part of Smoky City, and then parts of South Memphis.
Okay.
So wide area, very diverse area.
This is the district that was held by,
Walter Bailey.
right.
For almost 40 years.
Okay.
40 years combined. He's
Okay.
the longest serving county commissioner in our nation's history.
Okay.
And a lot of respect for what he's done early on, but after about 40 years, it's time for
Okay.
it's time for a new look.
And he's going on to the House.
He's going on to the House.
Okay.
Because of term limits.
Okay.
So a lot of respect for what he's done. He's paved the way for a lot of people. But at the same time, it's time for some new ideas, a new way of thinking for that district, some intentional work for that district. The difference between the county commission and the city council is the county commission controls the budget. The city council just approves the budget. And so when you can control the budget, you can control where dollars are spent. And we gotta be intentional about doing more for our black businesses in Shelby County. I mean, the percentage that we spend with black businesses is just way too low. As chairman of the Memphis Housing Authority Board, we have a percentage goal that we try to reach anytime we spend money, spend federal funds. We do the same thing for the county commission.
So, but what is your agenda, Mikhail, as to what you want to see? When we start talking about Fraser, we start talking about portions of North Memphis, we start talking about, we always talk about development in downtown. But when we get to South Memphis, what is your agenda? What is your plan? What would you like to see happen in those areas? What is it that you will sponsor for legislation in those particular areas that's going to make the quality of life for the individuals that live there better?
Yeah, so I'll tell you about three things I'm passionate about. Because the county commission has discretionary funds that can give to nonprofit organizations in the community. And we have a lot of organizations that are doing good work, but just underfunded. We gotta start funding some of those organizations. But I'm passionate about neighborhood associations, number one. I was president of my neighborhood association. Neighborhood associations need the funds to communicate to the residents. A lot of people don't go to neighborhood association meetings anymore, but you need more connected communities to get more people involved. I think we need better neighborhood watch activities. And I would like to see cameras put up in parts of our community where crime is known. That's I think how you deter crime in Memphis is you have a community-based plan, not some big old city plan, because people in the community know where things are going on. And those blue sky cameras, a lot of citizens want them, but they're expensive, but technology's changed. We got smaller cameras on businesses and things of that nature where we know crime is taking place to deter from neighborhoods. Because people want to feel safe in their own neighborhoods, and they want to have more connected communities. So that's what I want to do. But I also want to help out businesses located in those communities. I want to see us give a tax incentive to businesses if they hire people located in the district. We have one of the poorest districts, one of the poorest zip codes in the state. And really, businesses are only concerned about their bottom line at the end of the day.
Do you have the 106?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And so let's not kid ourselves and think that some of these businesses are community partners sometimes. Sometimes they're just not. They're concerned about making money. That's what businesses do. So, okay, let's incentivize them then. Let's give them a tax incentive. They hire someone at a living wage, which is at least $15, to get a tax incentive for hiring people in that zip code. That will help people bring people out of poverty in that area, and it'll also take up our unemployment rates in that area. That's what I want to see done. And then one of the other things I want to see done, which I'm also more passionate about, is in terms of education. One of the most important things the county commission does is fund education. They fund all the education, but our schools, we don't have equity in our schools. What I mean by that is we may give equal funding in schools, but that doesn't equate to equity. Because we give the same amount of funds to a school in Germantown, or we give a school in South Memphis, but the school in South Memphis may need more resources, because their parents are working 2, 3 jobs maybe, right? This school over here in the suburbs may have a community partner or a business, and you see how these, Chick-fil-A's and everything do sponsorships for them and things of that nature. This school in South Memphis may not have those resources. So we gotta look at equity in our schools. But also we gotta start putting people in our schools that deal with mental health and trauma. I'm passionate about that because my daughter, who has some developmental delays, who's thriving now, but she's in the 2nd grade, and she's been to 6 different schools.
Okay.
But that's because a blessing for us is that she has parents that can take her out of one school and say, nope, that's not it. Nope, you're not gonna treat her this way. Nope, I'll pull her out of this. But most parents don't have that luxury. They're working multiple jobs and they send their child to school and they're hoping for the best. But if a child is what we call unruly or they're acting up in class, they get put out the classroom, but we continue to pass them on to the next grade year in and year out. And by the time they graduate, they're just not very productive because in my opinion, we didn't catch them early on. So let me tell you how that has an impact on the overall picture. It has an impact on our economic development, because it has an impact on our workforce. It also has an impact on the type of companies we can attract to come to our community because we're not educating our populace correctly. And so I want to see any school that gives county or federal funds, have someone that deals with mental health as well, because I believe mental health is just as important as academic health. And let me also paint one more picture of how that plays a part, because one thing is I'm also, I'm a proud Lemoyne graduate, but I'm also on the board of trustees for Lemoyne College. Well, we have seen people apply to not only our school, but any other schools that are functioning on an 8th grade level education.
In college?
They got a high school diploma with that.
Okay.
But let me tell you how that impacts somebody. So whether it's my college or anybody else that accepts, because you want to help people out, but if you accept that student enrolls in college with an 8th grade education with a high school diploma. They have to start off taking what we call remedial courses. We call them developmental courses now. So they start taking developmental courses. Oh, by the way, they want financial aid. And so by the time it's time for them to start taking graduate level courses, they're out of financial aid, they're in debt, still no degree, and what most people do, they have to go get a job. So now you have someone that's in debt, still no degree, have to go get a job, not paying a living wage, and the cycle just continues. So I'm talking about things that would help out not only my children, but all of our children, and help us for generations to come, and we gotta start with that education. Now, it's the school board's responsibility to determine how funds are directed. The county commission will fund it, the school board directs. But in my opinion, I'm gonna be using, if I get elected, for lack of better words, the pulpit of the county commission to continuously talk about education, continually talk about the resources that are needed to help out our children.
So what do we talk about when we talk about economic development in our community?
When it comes to economic development, again, that's where we have to be intentional about where we spend our dollars. Intentional. We have some pretty big projects coming up from what we're gonna do with the convention center. We got new hotels coming. We have to be intentional about these are the amount of dollars that we want to spend with minority-based business. That's just it. And what we have to do is tell some of these companies, now we'll tell some of these larger GCs, we may not have a black-owned general contractor that do a massive project here in Memphis. They may not be located here. But we need to tell those companies that we partner with that you can go find one or go help develop one from a subcontractor standpoint.
Well, one of the things that we've seen, Mikhail, when we start talking about minority contracts and minority biddings, whether it's in the city or the county, a few years ago, one of the things that happened was that white companies would get their wives and other people and start companies that were in the name of their wives, and we call these female groups and construction companies minority groups. So what allows, when we look at the ratio of blacks in Shelby County, what can be done to make sure that black companies get contracts and they become, and I'm talking about qualified, those who are licensed, have often bonded. How do we make sure that the county does business with black vendors?
We need to break that out, We need to break it out when we're talking about people of color, minority, or minorities when it comes to women. We need to break it game has been played too long.
Mm-hmm.
Too long. We've heard about contractors finding their wives or finding somebody, even when it comes to black folks too. We've heard about some contractors going to get some schmo off the street, and just because he's black, put their name on the list. Well, there's somebody black, but at the end of the day, it's someone who doesn't look like they're behind the business.
Right.
So we got to do more vetting there, and we need to break that out. Minority based, as far as the people of color, minority based when it comes to women. And then we need to have some vetting there to understand that these people are qualified, licensed, and bonded to be able to do the work.
Let me ask you an important question that I'm sure has come up, and those who have not voted, and election day for those who have missed early voting is Tuesday. Your name is Lowry.
That it is.
Okay. You're Myron's boy.
I'm his only child.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's why I get, when people tell you one of those Lowrys, I'm like, well, I don't know how, there's only two of us, you know? I mean, but hey.
Okay. Your dad's been in politics 24 years.
Right.
How does the community, the voter who does not really like the old regime, how do they separate you from your father as a politician?
Well, when I talk to them, I tell them just like I told you. I'm my own man, I have my own ideas. Now, there are going to be people who vote for me because of my dad, and I tell them thank you. There are going to be people who don't want to vote for me because of my dad. And I tell them, okay, well, let me tell you what I'm about. But at the same time, my dad, like you mentioned, was in office for 24 years. 24 years. Over those 24 years, he's done a lot of good things. I'm proud of him for those things. And also, there's going to be a time where you disagree. I've been married to my wife going on 9 years, and God knows we just don't agree on everything. But at the same time, I know his heart's in the right place. And so what I tell people is that when my dad was elected, it was a different day and time. The same thing for the Walter Baileys of the world and everyone else in the world. It was kind of glad to have a seat at the table. That's my train of thought.
Okay.
Like, we happy to be here. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean, they did the best they could, and then they brought our city a long way. Even Mayor Harrington, 20 years almost in the mayor office. Transitioning what he's done for our city. But now, just like with top technology and everything else, we know a little more. We got more people of color in influential positions all over our county. Now it's time to be a little bit, not to say just have a seat at the table, but start directing what's happening in the kitchen at the end of the day. And so that's what I tell people. Here are my ideas. These are things I want to accomplish. I don't try to separate myself from my father. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of what he's done. Listen, I've been holding up yard signs and knocking on doors since I was 8 years old. And my dad always instilled to me is, if you think things should be changed or different, then get off the sidelines. Get involved. That doesn't mean that we're going to think alike all the time. We don't. You think my dad told me to come on your show?
No.
All right. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, I respect him, I love him, I take his advice, but at the end of the day, I make my own decisions, and I think it's going to be best for our campaign. Well, I think it's going to be best for District 8, and that's going to be moving forward.
What makes you, out of the, you've got, how many people in that race?
It's 4 total.
4 total, okay. Out of the other 3 candidates, what makes Mikhail Lowry the best qualified candidate for County Commission District number 8?
Well, I'm sure all the other candidates have their ideas on why they think they would be best for that position. All I can tell you about me is that I didn't just show up and just decide to run for office. I've been chairman of the Memphis Housing Authority Board, so I've been working to put affordable housing for our residents and especially for our seniors. I'm already working in the issues of public housing. I'm using that same experience on the county commission to do better housing for our county. I'm on the board of trustees for Lamorne College. I've been working to make that school better, not only that school better, but that area better. And so I've been president of my neighborhood association. There are things I've just been involved with. I've also been a youth football coach for 12 years. You probably got some of my players watching you right now that I've coached over the years. So I've been involved with our youth as well. So I just didn't show up and decide to run for office, nor did I say, here's a popular last name, I'm running for office. I've been involved, I've been committed, And I probably don't talk about it enough. That's what some of my friends tell me. You mentioned it last night. You don't know that you're president of the MHA board. Well, that's okay. That's not my job to get on TV anytime I get and talk about what we're doing. We got employees that are working hard at MHA daily to provide the best service we can, and that's their job. It's not their job for me to be grandstanding about that.
In 1 minute, Mr. Lowry, look at that camera right there and tell people why on, if they have not voted for you, why on this Tuesday, the 1st of May, why they need to make sure, especially those people that live in the Fraser, parts of North Memphis, South Memphis area, why they need to go to the polls and vote for you.
Well, first I want to tell you, everybody just needs to get out and vote, number one. Our voter turnout is woefully low. We got to get that up. Plus, this is the first time we're able to vote since somebody was elected president in 2016, and we have to make our vote count. Local elections really determine what happens in our community. Not presidential elections, local elections. We determine where dollars are spent, where funds go, how projects get developed. So if you want some changes made in your community, you have to vote in local elections. And I'll tell you about me that I'll be accessible. I'll be working day and night to make sure that the adequate funds are going to our district. As we talk about all of that district, my wife grew up in Fraser, so I make sure Fraser's gonna be taken care of as well. I became a man right in South Memphis because I went to Memorial College. I played basketball with Coach Jerry Jones. I love that college and that area, what it's done for me. So I'm going to be accessible there. So I'm working day and night to make sure that funds are going out to our communities, number one, because I think that's where you got to start. You got to start basing our communities. And two, to make sure that funds are going to be there for our children, for education. To again, deal with not only just academic health, but mental health, because so many of our children are getting missed through the cracks. They're getting diagnosed or misdiagnosed. And that's an issue as well, because you automatically casting some child to the side because they have ADHD or have a behavior issue, so you want to label them as something. We got to stop that. And that's all because of resources that we need in the school system. So that's what I'll be fighting for daily. So I'd appreciate your vote on May 1st.
All right, Mikel Lowry, give him your vote. Go out, give him your support. And again, the information that if you are one of the persons that received the little envelope on your card, everything in it is erroneous. I've checked out everything. I've talked with his daughter, his wife is present here in the studios. It was a bald-faced lie. And I think I know who is behind it. And I will deal with that person on a later date. We do have the surveillance pictures, and I am going to blow them up and probably get them on TV so that we can see the shenanigans that are being played in this election. Do not be deceived. Anyone who has not come to you in this community and told you what their position is, you should not vote for them. Don't just go for a ballot with a bunch of names on a piece of paper. If they have not come to you and told you what they're going to do for you, the people, then do nothing for them. Mikel Lowry has been our guest. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Make sure you put Let It Rain on the end. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you can wait on, what's his face? Mike Williams.
Is it in here?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
he'll be over here.
Okay, yeah, we'll come in. 9 o'clock. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
They'll get this for me and this mic up.
I got the check. We want
Okay.
to put the check.
Just put it over in that corner. Straighten them out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be glad when all this stuff over with.
Huh?
I'll be glad this campaigning and election stuff over with.
It's the way politics goes. How many minutes I got all together?
8
Where's she at?
in our school system to raise thousands
Oh, she was at the door.
high school seniors to receive free access to college scholarships. Edmund Ford Jr. has a proven record of service.
How many minutes I got all together?
To elect someone who can only make us
Not left in the shop.
Yeah,
work and
Got
serve
10.
continue
okay.
by electing Edmund Ford Jr. to the
Make sure we get, Stacy Marino in here.
Huh?
Make sure we get Stacy Marino in here.
Okay. You wanna play it when we come back?
Huh?
Wanna play it soon after we come back?
Just gonna put it on the end of, what's the last commercial?
The last one is M&K, and that's 2 minutes. You wanna just play him instead?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the grill after this, then we come back.
Okay, then you want me to bring Stacy on my, you want to bring it up?
Yeah, you can, or you wanna.
No, just put the grill, put Stacy on behind this.
Okay.
What?
I'm out there, ain't nobody out there.
That's cause.
Yeah, and, big for community. Yeah, I met you and your wife.
Turn it up when you get it on.
Room full of little people in there.
Turn up a little bit so I can hear Stacy Marino. The folk on Instagram and all them other places like to hear it.
20 seconds. When we come back, you have about 4 minutes.
All right.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And that's my good friend Stacy Marino, and Let It Rain Money Down on Me. I call it the Strippers National Anthem. His brand new recording. And if you'd like to hear it, all you got to do is go to Stacy Marino, Let It Rain Down on Me, and you can see it right there on YouTube. Hey, let me tell you about a brand new cemetery in town. If you need somewhere to be buried, I guess it's really, you ain't gonna need it, but,
Somebody on it.
somebody gonna need it if you need it, okay? And this is the lowest price cemetery in the whole Memphis area. $1,100 is the total price for burial. It's called the Raleigh Frazier Memorial Cemetery. In fact, it's about a mile and a half from Naked Truth. Call them, 1100, that's open and closing. You don't need no vault. All you need to do is be dated. 350-8064. 350-8064 is the number. Give them a call, and they'll be glad to do business with you. Brand new cemetery. It's about 17 acres, and when they fill that up, they got another 19 acres. Give the black man some business. Y'all been going out to New Park, and I know a lot of y'all think that New Park is a black-owned cemetery because all the black people go there. No, go, and this is the only one in Memphis with an $1,100 price. That's low. All right, that's opening and closing as well. Don't forget our girls mentoring program, which is working quite well. We'll reconvene on Saturday, May the 5th, from 10 on to 12. Our girls mentoring program, where our girls are learning how to cook, clean, sew, etiquette, hygiene, but there's a camaraderie. One of the things that helped those 3 young ladies that were sexually abused in the church is the girls mentoring program. If you would like some information about it, call the church, ask for Dale, 435-6161, 435-6161, and she can give you the information for girls from the ages of 12 to 21. Also want to remind you about Porter's Insurance. All of you need some insurance. Don't wait till you die and have chicken dinners and car washes and the GoFundMe's and your body laying up at the funeral home. They're gonna put a price tag on you for staying there. Some of y'all just leave your mamas at the funeral home. Y'all, because y'all ain't got no insurance. Call Chauncey Porter tonight, 870-1326. Area code 901-870-1326. And he'll make sure that you are insured. Also want to remind, I got 2 minutes, okay. DMC Cleaners, 62 Family at 3rd, black-owned cleaners in the Westwood area. If you're in the Whitehaven area, you need to make sure you go and patronize DMC Cleaners, not the Chinese, the Vietnamese, and anybody else's niece, uncle, or nephew. Go and see DMC Cleaners, 62 Fairway right there at 3rd. Same day service, and by 9 o'clock you can get your clothing back by 4:30 in the afternoon. If you pay in advance, it's only half price for your cleaning. Give them a call at 789-7983, 789-7983. Also, if you need a handgun carry permit or you need to learn how to use a weapon, then you need to call Sean Goldsmith. He's also part of my security team, Goldsmith Security Academy. Plus, if you need some paper serve and things of that nature, he handles that as well. But you need in Memphis, you need a handgun carry permit. Everybody needs to be strapped here, but you need to know the rules and the laws, because see, y'all be shooting at folk and y'all can't shoot them. 634-8384 is the number, 634-8384. Sunday morning, I invite you to come and be with us at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, 3835 Raleigh Milton Road. When I have a very controversial subject, we're going to talk about Rahab. She was some kin to Jesus, but the Bible says she was a harlot. In case y'all don't know what a harlot is, she's a hoe, okay? And we're going to talk about Sunday morning, something good can come from a hoe. That's going to be on Sunday morning, something good can come from a hoe. You want to say something, Michael Williams? Okay. You looked at me like I said something wrong. You know the Bible. You know Rahab was a hoe.
You just funny.
Okay. She wasn't the only hoe in the Bible. So some of you sisters going to feel in good company on Sunday morning. I invite you to come on and be a part of it on Sunday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Thanks, Michaela Lowry, for coming and being a part of the show as well. We'll do this all over again on tomorrow evening. I'm the baddest man on TV and social media as well. My name is Thaddeus Matthews. Until tomorrow evening, top of the evening to you.